Hello class, today I'm going to teach you how to make a Prezi into a Camtasia Studio project so that you can use it for your classes or whatever you have to do. So here we go. When making your Prezi, try to make it attractive to the eyes to keep your audience's attention so that even if they are able to hear what you have written, they will still be able to take in more information if they have visual stuff to go on. The screen will jump, flip, and zoom to each path maker. Try to make the paths interesting for the viewer to keep attention, and stray away from repetitivity using the same color, background, font, and picture. Try not to use filler words such as and because when you use filler words, the audience will get bored because of the incoherent sentences will throw off the whole video. Also, when recording, make multiple takes because even if you have to spend a long time editing, it's still worth it if you get your message across to your viewers.
Hey everyone, it's YouTube Media. In this tutorial, I'm going to be introducing the new Camtasia Studio 7 that I've been very excited about its release. So I'll be going over some of the new features. Now first, this is what Camtasia Studio 6 looks like, and this is the new Camtasia Studio 7. So you can see the main difference is the overall interface with reflective panels, a reorganization of the buttons, and the dark gray color theme. So let's get started on the basics, which is still the same as Studio 6. To import a file, you click the Import Media button at the top and locate the file you want to edit. So here's mine right here, just double click it. Then you can click and drag it to the timeline and choose your video dimensions. I'm going to choose my recording dimensions, which is different depending on your screen. And then just click OK. Now the timeline is pretty much the same. You have the video line and the audio line, and at the top right here it gives you a play preview of your video. Now they also added some convenient button shortcuts right here, including undo and redo, a copy and paste button to easily copy and paste callouts or video clips, and the split button right here, and a new zoom control to zoom in on the timeline so you can have a better view of what you're doing. So to split a section of your video, click the section where you want to split it on the timeline. Then click the split button above and it splits it into two different parts. So I'm going to undo that. Now if you want to move the audio away from the video, you can unlink the audio by clicking this blue unlink button on the left, and it will disconnect the audio from the video, and I now can move it apart from the video. So I'm going to undo that too. Now they also added this library tab, which contains a bunch of new cool items that they added to Camtasia Studio 7, like sound effects right here, all these different ones that you can listen to and add to your video. And then background music up here, so you have lots of different background music choices if you've never used that in a video. And best of all, video jump backs, which are like background animations. They look like this. They have all these different ones. You just double click it and it plays it here. And there's fiber waves, and then rounded angles, so you can go through the different ones yourself and check them out. And they can be used to put text or images over them, and there's lots of cool different ones. They also have an image version of it and the video version. Now let's get to callouts. Camtasia has actually added some new callouts to use, so you choose a time in your timeline where you want to add a callout. Then click the callouts tab right here above. Then click the drop down arrow here and choose one that you want. Now these sketch motion callouts are a new addition. You can add a sketch, so say I click this arrow sketch motion callout. It will actually draw itself out on the screen. So if we go down here and click play, and you can see the sketch motion just drew itself out. And you can rotate all the callouts now 360 degrees. Now another new callout they added is keystrokes. If you click the drop down arrow and choose this one right here, keystrokes, then you click generate from camera, click yes, and then generate. Now what it will do is it will display the shortcut keys that you press during your recording of this screencast. So if you like use a tutorial in Photoshop and you use a lot of shortcuts, it will play out the shortcut keys that you press. So let's go ahead and try it. And then you can see it right there, Control plus V, and then F10. So you can see the different keys and shortcuts that I'm pressing during the video, and it does that automatically for you. And now let's say you add a arrow callout right here. They've added some new effects to the callouts. So if you choose an arrow callout, they give you an option to give it effects such as a shadow and transparency. And now you'll be able to see your callouts down here on the timeline if you've never used callouts, and you can move them around, grab an edge to adjust the length of them, and you can scroll down here and choose the fade out options, or you can uncheck them to disable the fade out. Now for zooming in on the video, you just click the zoom and pan tab right here, then adjust the size of the zoom selection right here in this preview and move it around. So I can grab one edge and it zooms in and you can see a preview of what it looks like on the right, and you can move it around. Then you can adjust the duration of the zoom right here, and you can move it around on the timeline by clicking and dragging it. Now another new addition is the cursor effects. It's a brand new feature for Camtasia 7. You click the cursor effects tab and you get the option to highlight your cursor in the video with different effects, or add effects and sound effects. It's a pretty cool option. So right here under highlight effect, I click the drop down list and I can click highlight, and it gives you a preview right here, and you can do a left click effect and a right click effect, and you can also add sound effects by clicking the sound effects list and then click and choose the sound effects you want. You can preview them too, and there's two different options. So that's a new awesome addition to Camtasia Studio 7. And you can also expand this clip bin to see more options. You can see them appearing right here, or you can just click the More tab and add transitions and do voiceovers. So if I want to add a transition in a video, I can say I have two different video clips. I'll click Transitions, click one that I like, and then drag it right here in between these two video clips, and it will give you a preview of what it looks like too right there. Now to record your screen like I'm doing right now, just click the Start button, click All Programs, Camtasia Studio 7 Applications, then click Camtasia Recorder, and it'll bring up your recorder so you can record your screen. It'll give you the audio options and video options. Well, that's my basic overview of the new Camtasia Studio 7. For more help and a way more detailed overview of Camtasia Studio 7, there will be a link in the description below, or you can click on the annotation on this video. That's it, and remember to check out all the links in the description, and you can follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching.